Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing sort of like a different video. I'm gonna be doing a tier list for all the guns in Rise of the Dead Roblox. So the tier list that I'll be doing, it will be for all the guns in the game currently. The snowball, I think like the snowball and the rusty 48 is missing from this list because it is quite old, I think, but I'll be sure to add them in the end. And the tier list that we'll be doing, I'll be ranking the guns based on their usability, how beginner friendly they are, and the damage and the overall usage, let's say. Alright, so if you like this type of content and you want to see more of it, make sure to go down and smash a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. Alright, let's start. So the first gun is the AK. So AK is actually pretty easy to get, I'd say, in the beginning, and it's pretty beginner friendly. I'd say you should be able to get the AK at around level 20-30, I'd say, and with some damage wise, because like if you do the daily missions every day and you get enough tweaks and you put enough not tweak points, sorry, perks, if you put enough perks into like the rifle damage mods, you'll get it pretty good. And it's, if you have like electric charge on it, I'd say it's a pretty decent weapon for crowd control, you know. So, so AK, yeah, I'll put it at A. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll put it at A. Yeah. Um, alright, the AT4 rocket launcher. Okay, so this weapon overall, it isn't really good for like bosses, I guess. But I mean, it's really just like a crowd control gun, you know. Not, I don't know if I should call it a gun. It's like a rocket launcher, more of a special weapon, but like it's only really good for like crowd control, because it's not really good for boss, I guess. I mean, you could get pretty high damage with this weapon, but overall I don't think it's that good. Plus it's not beginner friendly at all. It's really hard to get as a beginner. I think you need to kill Zomberg Prime or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's not the best gun, I'd say. I'll put it in D for now. Okay, the AWP, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this sniper is really good, let me tell you. So, the reason I say that is, first of all, you can get this quite early in the game. It's probably like the best weapon you can get as a beginner player, because it doesn't take that much effort. Um, and this is probably the highest damage weapon you'll probably get, like, around the time when you start the game. Like, I'd say before maybe like level 100, mastery 100, this will be your best friend for killing bosses. You know, not the best for crowd control, but certainly best for completing all of like the missions, like, and like, you know, all the missions, plus like killing bosses, like grinding bosses. This weapon is an absolute beast, you know. And so I'll put it at C tier, I guess. You know, yeah, I think that's good. I'll put it at C tier. Uh, wait, actually, I think this I think this thing might be there you go. Yeah. Whoops. I think I had a bit of trouble. I think this is correct, right? S tier, A tier, C tier, B tier, D tier. After, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I think I had a mistake in the tier list before, but yeah, now it's good. So, AK will be C tier, and the AWP will be in A tier. Okay. All right. Is it called the broomstick? Yeah, I think it might be. So this is like a melee weapon, and what it does is basically it's like a spear. Okay, this is boomstick spear or something like that. This spear, you basically you can use it as a melee weapon, and I think you can throw it as well. Like as an like spear, you can just throw it at enemies, and I think it does. It would do quite some damage if you have like if you have quite high like pointed melee mods, I guess. Like you can do quite pretty high damage with this weapon, but overall usability, I don't think it's that good. I mean, you'll be better off just to use like a gun or something. So this weapon will be really good if you're like completely out of ammo, but I don't really think that will happen that much, mainly because like I guess you should always have like at least three, or at least I'd say three weapons on you. That would be good. Like never only have one or two, at least three weapons on you. You know. So broomstick, spear, I don't think it would really do that much for you. So yeah, I don't know B or D, but I mean it's not actually really easy to get as a beginner, so I'll put it at D. Alright. Okay, so the chainsaw. How should I put this? The chainsaw, I'd say in my opinion, it's probably one of the best, if not the best melee weapon in the game. But the thing is, right, you have to complete Genesis. I think, yeah, you have to complete Genesis, which is like extremely hard to do. I mean, if you don't have like the right gear, obviously, right people will have the right weapon, knows the route, knows the threat. It's like piece of cake. You can just do it. But like for people who are not that experienced in the game, like I mean, the thing is, like Genesis, it's really easy to complete if you have a chainsaw. But the thing is, you need to complete Genesis in order to get the chainsaw. That is why. So, but overall, the chainsaw is like probably the best melee weapon, I'd say. So, it might not be that easy to get, but still, I still love this weapon. I use this weapon a lot for crowd control, but I don't use it that much for bosses. So, I'll put it in A tier, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think A tier is pretty good. Crowbar. Well, it's just like a normal melee weapon. Melee weapons, I think other than the chainsaw and maybe a few others, I won't rate it that high up the list. So, you know, crowbar, average melee weapon, nothing much to say about it. D tier, I guess. I think I'll put most of the melee weapons at D tier or F tier. Alright, the CZs. I think it's called, I don't know, the kind of CZS something, scorpion thing. I don't know. But this weapon right here, you can get it from the shop, the blueprint, and this is, I'd say, probably the second weapon you're gonna get, because the starting pistol is the P250, and I mean, it's probably the second weapon you might get because it's like the cheapest, and it's like an upgrade to the P250, so it's probably well, I'm not saying second, but maybe first that you'll unlock by yourself, like the game not giving it to you. Um, yeah, pretty decent gun, I guess. Put enough damage mods on it, and it'll do okay damage. Definitely not good for like, I, I mean, it's definitely not good like for you to use. Maybe after like after mastery 30, 40, maybe, I guess. Like use this gun to get your mastery, and once it reaches level 20, just get rid of it. It's not worth using it. But as a beginner weapon, I'd say it's pretty good. You know, so yeah, I'll put in B for now. I'd say. Um, yeah, no, actually, I'll put it in D, because you're probably not gonna be using it a lot. All right, the Desert Eagle. Uh, this weapon, it's more of like it's more of like an upgrade to the P250, I'd say, because like it does more damage. So I guess you can say that. So the Desert Eagle, it's pretty easy to get, so I'd say I'll put it in B. You know, you might be using this quite a bit if you're like a beginner player, or even if you're like a mid-game player, I'd say. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I don't know. Alright, the Desolator Heavy. So, this weapon here, okay, I don't know. So the Desolator Heavy, I really like this weapon, you know? Like, I would put this in S tier. There's, like, the only thing that's making me put it in A tier, I guess, because I think I'll put this in A tier. I'll explain why, okay? The reason is, okay, the Desolator Heavy, first, you can do, like, if you put enough damage mods on this, and if you put, like, one ammo capacity mod, you can do extremely high damage. I'm telling you, as in like you can even do up to like millions of damage. I think like with it entire like all the bullets that you have like in your gun, not in one mag I guess, but all the bullets in total, you can deal up to a million damage I'd say. But the only thing the only thing that's not making me put this in A tier, I mean S tier, is because every time you shoot, the startup of the gun, like you start up shooting really slow, and the more you shoot, the more faster it gets, and the more accurate it gets. When you just start shooting, the bullets can literally go flying diagonally out your barrel, and if you're doing this from long range, you gotta prepare to like lose, like basically miss the first, let's say 30 40 bullets if you're shooting this gun, and you can't just like shoot it and stop shooting. You have to shoot it all the mag at once in order to get it like fully accurate if you want to shoot at a long distance. So this weapon is really only good at, I say, crowd control while you're in a close distance with all these zombies, I'd say, right? So that's really all there is for this weapon. Um, okay, actually, one more thing. It's I say it's you can get this weapon maybe around mid game, I think. You know, so yeah, A tier, pretty good, pretty solid, I'd say. Um, the FN fail. So foul, I think it's more. I think it's pretty similar to the AK. I mean, in terms of damage, I think the foul may be a bit higher, but it's I feel like it's basically like the AK, just like harder to get and a bit rarer. Cause I mean, AK is a tier 1, and you know, foul is a tier 2, so you know, yeah. Alright, so I guess I'll put it, you know, in C tier with the AK, because they're quite similar weapons, you know. Alright, the grenade launcher. You know, this is pretty similar to the AT4, so, you know, I'm pretty just gonna put it with the AT4, because, like, it's like, I don't really like explosive, like, these launcher weapons in the game, you know? I don't really like them, so, yeah, and because, like, they're really not good for bosses, you know? So, yeah, D tier, pretty solid, I guess. Um, sorry. Like, alright, so, the scythe. Uh, you know, this is a melee weapon, I'd say, but this is probably the few that I'll... Okay, I guess, because the scythe is, like, you get limited, I think, so, it's not like you just get it whenever you want. It's like a Christmas event or like a Halloween event. I forgot which one it's from, but yeah, this melee weapon, I'd say is better than the other ones, because you can, like, hit a lot more enemies at once, or, and it does higher damage, so, and I'll put it in C tier, I'd say. Yeah, C tier, pretty good, I guess. The M4A4. M4A4, I mean, I'll still put it in C tier with all the rifles and the scythe, but I think I'll put this in lower C tier, I guess. You know, cause like, AK, I think it does a bit more damage than M4A4, if I'm not wrong. I think it does a bit more damage. Yeah, I think it does. So, alright. I guess that's it. It's pretty similar to the FN and the AK. It's basically all like assault rifles. So, yeah, no. Alright, the minigun. Ooh, the minigun. I'm really tempted to put it in S. I don't know if I should though. Like the minigun, it is literally good for every occasion you get into. I'd say everything you get into, the minigun, like any situation, any boss fights, survivals, raids, crowd control, anything, missions. You can use the minigun for all of this. You know, I you know what? Actually, I'm gonna put in a nest here. Yeah, the minigun will be a nest here. It's pretty good, I'd say. You know, because it's like a jack of all trades. You can use this for basically everything. Every situation you get into, you can get out of the situation with a minigun. You can deal with it with a minigun. So yeah, yeah, I'll put in a nest here. Um. All right, so the MP5, yeah, MP5. Um, no, SMG, average weapon. Probably not gonna be using it much mid game or late game. Uh, it's B tier, I'd say. Yeah, B tier. Actually, wait, no. Oh my God, sorry guys. I think this part got messed up as well. Yeah, it's meant to be like this. So I'm gonna just move all the weapons back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, no, there's some. I think it's my first time doing this. There's some problems with the tier list, I guess. But yeah, I think it's correct. S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. After yeah, it's correct. All right, the next weapon, this one MP4 is this how you call it? I'm not sure. That SMG thing. Um, yeah, this weapon. Pretty decent. I think I'll be using it mid game. Yeah, I think mid game you're gonna be using this still, but probably not the best for more advanced players. I'd say. So C tier, pretty good. Okay, next one, the cane. Uh, you know, probably quite similar to the scythe. Just okay, the scythe's probably like the Halloween event. The cane will be the Christmas event. They're like basically the same thing, just different skins, different event style weapon. But yeah, I'm gonna put them together. Basically the same weapon, I'd say. Alright, the P250. We all know this is coming, alright? The starting pistol you're gonna get, the first pistol you get in the game, probably not gonna be using at all afterwards. Yeah, first F tier, I mean, you should agree with this, right? In the F tier, the worst pistol in the game, you know? Yeah, this is pretty good, yeah. The pickaxe, yeah, like I said, D tier, same with all the other melee weapon, nothing much different. This is, I think, quite similar to the spear because I think you can throw the pickaxe as well. So, yeah. Alright, next one, the Rec 21. Yup, this one's going straight into S tier. The reason why is because, you know, Rec 21 is basically like, the omb is already in A tier. Like this one, the omb right here. The Rec 21 is basically Mark II of this weapon. It's basically everything about the Rec 21 is better than the omb. So, yep, it would definitely go in S tier. The Evo 3 Scorpion. Uh, I'd, I'd say, I don't know if I should put it B tier. I mean, in terms of damage and ammo, it's pretty good. And I guess yeah, I think it's not a decent weapon, I'd say. Um, but I think it's more of like the same with all the rifles, so I'll put them with them in B tier. Like, and it's pretty good. Yeah. The dual P250. All right. You know how I said the P250 is like in F tier? Well, I mean, you might think like just two P250 wouldn't make it that good. It's probably still an F tier or a D tier. But no, listen, the dual P250 is like a lot much better. You know, this dual pistol is like this is I'd say one of my favorite weapons. You know, because like you can basically do a lot of this. You can crowd control, and you can deal with bosses with this as well. It can get up to pretty high damage, I'd say. So, yeah, this weapon's definitely going in A for the time being. Um, so I think this is the same. This is the grenade launcher as well. So in the back for now. Uh, yeah. So the machete, same thing for all the melee weapons, D tier. That, D tier. All of them, all the melee weapons, you just go here, you know. Alright, the M9 Legacy. Yeah, decent gun, pretty well done, I'd say. Um, yeah, this gun has quite high damage, and it's now like before this gun is really hard to get because I think it's like something like I don't know $80,000 or $50,000 or something like that to get the blueprint for the gun, and then you need to get all those things to like craft it. But now you can just get it from like a present or like an Easter egg or something like that, which now people are selling those stuff for like I don't know 10 gold each or something like that's really cheap, so you can get this weapon really easily. So I'd say that bumps it up a little bit because now people can really just get it at like what level 2 level 3, so the weapon for now I'd say will go into B tier with old rifle, you know yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, the Mariner 50. So this shotgun, is this the first shotgun that we come up to? Yeah, this shotgun is actually, it's one of the better shotguns in the game. Well, I mean, apart from, I mean, there's like still the Rusty 48, which there isn't here, but I'll still talk about it at the end. But the Mariner, it's going in A tier, I'd say. Mainly because like it it does do quite a bit of damage, and if you have the slug rounds, you can basically make this like a sniper, because it won't have spread at all. So yeah, pretty good weapon overall. Okay, the revolver. I'd say the revolver is I think it's not as good as the M9, so I'm gonna put it in C tier because revolver, yeah, it does damage, but then like the fire rate is pretty slow on this weapon, and the mag size is only 6, and it doesn't have that much ammo in them, so probably not that useful. You'll be better off with an M9 instead of this. Alright, so the sawed off. Sawed off is actually for me, like when I was playing this game at the start, I actually used like the sawed off shotgun pretty late into the game because it's actually a pretty good shotgun because like the really only upgrade to this weapon is the Mariner, and the Mariner you really only get it at like late game. Yeah, you only get it late game when you go to the prison and you do the prison survival. So it's so to sawed off, you'll probably be using this a lot. So, but it's definitely not as good as a Mariner. So, yeah, B tier. Pretty good. All right, the shovel. So the shovel, I know it's a melee weapon, but it's actually I say a lot better now because it has more uses. Like the shovel, you need it to get the vector, which is here further in the list, And also, like now when I'm making this video, there's still the Christmas event going on, and to get the present you need to summon a tree lump boss around like the Sunday safe house area, and to summon it you need a shovel with it. So it's not only a melee weapon, it actually has quite a few uses. So uh I'd say I'll put this weapon in A tier, mainly because of the usage of it, which is it's pretty useful, you know. Alright, the sledgehammer. The sledgehammers, I'm not gonna put them with all these, melee weapon, because the sledgehammer is actually really good, Uh, it does really, really high damage if you put like 5 damage mods onto it. It's pretty good. I use the sledgehammer like the all the time, before I upgrade it to a chainsaw. So, B tier. Yeah, pretty solid. Not as good as chainsaw, no, definitely not. Okay, the SR380. Uh, this is a rifle, but I'm actually gonna put this weapon. I'm gonna put this weapon in A tier actually, because you know, slow fire rate, but a lot of damage. I'd say pretty nice. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's actually not that easy to get. I kind of overlooked that point for some of these weapons, but it's not actually that easy to get as a beginner. Yeah. Um, so next one, the survival knife. Think of this one as the P250, but then a melee weapon. Yeah, F tier. Nah, not the best. Not the best melee weapon at all. Worse than all of this, definitely. Alright, the tactical bow. Well, I mean, we all know where this is going, right? S tier. Because, I mean, really high damage, really good weapon overall. You know, you see people, like, dealing with bosses, like, with this weapon, like, all the time. Like, this bow, like, the tactical bow, and the Reg 21, is probably the highest damage in weapons. Like, I'd say in a single shot, like, in the game. Like, maybe, like, the top two, like, maybe the two most damaging weapon. Maybe not the top two, but somewhere around there. Yeah. The Tech 9. Tech 9, basically similar, same with the CZ Scorpion, I'd say. Not gonna be using it that much into mid game. So, yeah, D tier, very nice. The Vector SMG. So, this weapon, like, just based on the usage itself, uh, I'm probably gonna put this in A tier. But the thing is, right, this is not a beginner friendly gun at all. Like, you have to be at least level 380 to get this. Like, you can't get it before. Well, I mean, unless you trade for it. But if you're just grinding for it yourself, you have to be at least 380. Like, you can't unlock the crate for the blueprint if you aren't 380. So, for that reason, I'm gonna have to drop this down to B tier, I know. Um, but I'm gonna put it at the front of B tier. This is probably the best weapon in B tier. Um, but no, not A tier. Yeah, that just it's really hard to get, I say. The XM shotgun. Yeah, it's kind of along the line with the SMG, the MP5. So yeah, C tier, pretty good. Um, Beach ball. Okay, so beach ball. Um, should I put it in B tier? Nah, no. But like, it's basically like a throwable object, but then it's like, it has infinite ammo, and the damage, I'd say it's not the best, but you can still add damage mod to it. I think so. I'm not sure if you can. I don't think you can. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments if you can like add damage mods to this or anything. I don't think you can, but for now, just like a throwable. This is more like a fun thing, but Yeah, D tier definitely. The firework. Wait, is the firework even a weapon? Can you use that as a weapon? Well, I guess you technically can, right? Because you can throw it like at the zombies and then it'll do damage, I guess. But this is more of just like it's similar to Beefle. It's like a toy. It's more fun, but like actually no, because these two are both like fun. In terms of like damage and like weapon type, both of them are going F. Obviously, I mean they are like still pretty fun to mess around with, but in terms of using it as a weapon, definitely no. You know. All right, the flamethrower. So this is the flamethrower. Um, I don't think a lot of people use it that much. I don't see people use it that much, but for me, I use the flamethrower all the time because like I'd say because if you add enough damage mods to it, this weapons become a beast because this is the only like fire weapon in the game, and the thing that makes this so good is it does like damage over time. Like if you shoot like a boss, for example, once with like a fire, like if you shoot it once with a fire, it wouldn't just be like a bullet where it just like does one damage and then just gone. It will actually stick, like the fire will burn the enemy and it will deal like damage over time, and it also can stack, so like if you shoot it 10 times it will do like 10x the damage like every second. So and like like for a lot of people, the tombs raid, I think a lot of people know what the tombs is. Like for many people it's like almost impossible to do. It's like really hard. Like it's like Genesis, like really hard to do because of all the enemies and it's so high level and all of that. But like I managed to do it many times, like easily with the flamethrower. Like I unlock the next area, and then like the moment I break the wall, I just like spray a bunch of flame down on the ground, and then I stand back, and then I just start spraying flame like into the doorway, into like the area, so all the zombies would just get burned like easily. I don't have to use a single bullet from any other gun, just the flamethrower itself, you know. So this weapon definitely going in S tier for me. One of the best, I'd say. No. Okay, so that is basically it. No, we still have the Rusty and the Snowball, right? So Rusty for the A, I'm gonna talk about it now. I don't really have an image for it, but I'm still gonna talk about it. So the Rusty is like, so it's I think, cause it's like a tier 4 weapon, so it's not the easiest to get, but when to get it is pretty good, I'd say. The damage is quite well. The only thing that I don't really like about this is like the slow reload time. Like it takes a long time to reload. Like if you're gonna get this weapon, definitely get like the double shell. The double shell shotgun mod. Definitely get that because that makes it reload, like you can reload two bullet at once. Definitely get that because like you need it. The reload time is way too slow for this weapon. But for this weapon, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'd say in A tier, yeah. And the snowball, um, it's definitely not useful for normal zombies because it does like percentage damage. Like it does like percent damage over health. So like and it does like special damage to the winter Trilon boss right now as I'm filming the video. The boss that gives you the 2022 Christmas present, if the snowball can do like 40,000 damage at the start of the boss fight. So the snowball will actually go maybe in C tier as how good it is to deal with the boss, but with normal zombies, nah, it's not that good. No. But actually, I just want to clear the bottom of this, so I'm just gonna put this here together with here, this one, with this, so, with the other grenade launcher. So, yeah, I guess this is it, this is the entire tier list for all the weapons, in Rise of the Dead. I mean, this is only just my opinion, like what I think the weapon should be like my ranking based on like my experience with these weapons. But if you have any other opinions, like for any of these weapons, just comment down below. Tell me what you think, what your tier list may be like, and what you think some of this weapon should be. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the entire tier list for all the weapons, I'd say. So I wish you all the best. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. This is the first time I'm making a video like this, so it will be really really nice if you want to support me just by subscribing and liking the video, perhaps commenting something nice in the comments. uh that's all I gotta say. I hope all of you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.